My hair is crazy today. Looks like an upside down Brillo pad. I don't know what's going on. So we have some eBay orders to ship out. I've already done eBay orders on one account, the Hero Zero to Hero account. I've done shipping labels on. We had Mercari, Depop, and Poshmark. Had a lot of Poshmark orders. Like we usually don't have very many Poshmark orders, so that was cray cray. So now I have some orders to do on. You see the dogs. The dogs are crazy today. I have some orders to do on the main clothing account on eBay. So, how is everybody doing? How are you? How are you enjoying your weekend? If you want, you can say hello in the chat. I do these because people like these videos, the what sold and just kind of hanging out and chatting while I'm doing some orders. So let's get into it. I've got 20 orders, not great, but on Thursday, whatever September 12th was the worst day of this eBay account ever, I think. We sold one item for $29.99, including shipping. It was an absolutely horrible day. Sales are up this month, 14.4%, but that one day was just, I don't know what happened. It was crazy. Something was definitely wrong with eBay. And I'm not one who really says something was wrong with eBay that day, but something was definitely wrong with eBay that day. It was crazy. So let's get into the orders. The first thing, I have a vintage horse racing t-shirt. It's an all over print. It was really cool. Suffolk Downs racetrack. I sold it for $40. I had it priced far above $40, but like I think I had it priced like $100 or $140 because it was so cool, but it didn't sell for that. So eventually I just said, you know what, I will take $40 for it. And there's eBay doing that again. You switch to USPS Ground Advantage and they keep it on priority mail for some reason. I don't know why they do that, but anyway, I sold for $40. I paid maybe 3 or 4 for it. That was one of the first things that I bought on Whatnot, I believe. So I like to source on Whatnot because I get a lot of cool vintage t-shirts, and that's something that I really enjoy selling. But horse racing t-shirt, I can't even put I have to write what it is on the label. We don't pull the items. We don't pull the items now before we do the labels because we have the weights on everything. So we do the label and then we find the item. So I have to write what the item is on everything. So this is a Polo Ralph Lauren sweater, women's large, very plain, cable knit, sold for $22. Very plain item. Ralph Lauren Polo, I mean, if you price it, right, always does well for us. Sometimes it takes a while to sell. T-shirts and the typical standard polo shirts are very hard to sell for any amount of money. So we just don't get those anymore unless we pick them up for $1 because they sell for like between 8 and 12 usually. Oops. Burgundy. They just don't sell. Ralph Lauren. See, whoever goes to pull these, it'll be written on the back, the number, the inventory number, or the SKU, and then it will also have the color and what it is. This is a Lucky Brand shirt. Lucky Brand is another brand. Unless we get the plus stuff, the plus size stuff, like 2X or above, We're not really buying Lucky Brand anymore as far as shirts because it just does not sell. Like this is a beautiful blouse, long sleeve, sold for $10 only. So that is not good. But I did charge more for shipping on this item. So I did, because once things go to clearance, I charge more for shipping. So I make a few extra dollars on the shipping. If they buy it. If they don't buy it, if they say, hey, is there any way you could reduce shipping? I'm like, no. I can't reduce shipping on that $2 Ralph Lauren item for you. You're going to have to pay the full amount of shipping. So how are you guys doing? If you are a reseller, I can't even tell what color that is. It's like purple-ish. Lucky Brand blouse. How is the reselling business treating you if you are indeed a reseller? We're doing good. Other than that, Thursday the 12th, which was just nuts. I mean, I posted on my Facebook, by the way, if you haven't followed me on Facebook, make sure you do. Poochie Smith. I posted on my Facebook and I said, hey, has anybody else seen eBay sales just drop off the face of the earth today? And a few people were like, yeah, I did 500 yesterday and today I'm at 50. So was what one person said. Not everybody didn't say that. This is a vintage Rock Creek Lakes resort shirt, white single stitch from the 90s. It's just a really cool destination tee for a resort called Rock Creek Lakes Resort from the 90s. Sold for $31. I like when we can get stuff that is kind of cool that maybe people grew up or have memories of going there. And then, I just happen to have a shirt. I found a really cool, I think we just listed it today on the other account, the Poochie Pickers 2 on eBay. The Varsity What'll You Have shirt. It's from the 80s. And Varsity What'll You Have, in case you don't know, is this really, really famous drive-in restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. So they sell the brand new shirts that are like the one I have for like $15, but those are brand new. This is an actual vintage one from the 80s that's really cool. So I priced it at $100 because I figured somebody will either pay $100 for it or will make me an offer, because I could not find any of the vintage ones like the one I have online. So this is Rock Creek Lakes t-shirt. And sometimes if you can't find any comps, you just can't find anything. I like to price things higher rather than lower, because what if you have a $500 item and you priced it for $49.99? You can always make your prices lower. You can always lower your prices. If you sell a $500 item for $50, it's gone. You can't raise your prices after that. So that's kind of my rule of thumb. This is a Mickey Mouse shirt, youth large Disney World. It's a Spirit jersey and it has stars and a moon on it. Let me look at this. Stars and little moon slivers and little Mickey heads. Cool. This actually sold for $28.86. Kind of surprising. We don't have a lot of youth things that sell for almost $30, so that's That's good. So we went to the bins last week. We haven't been to the bins in a long time because it's so freaking hot here in North Carolina. The nearest bins to us is an hour and 45 minutes each way. So whenever we go, it's like a 3.5 hour drive, which is, that's no fun. Who wants to drive 3.5 hours to go shop at the bins? Well, apparently us. Because we finally went and we got so much good stuff. We were really picky. We've been pickier than we used to be, definitely, when we go to the bins, because the more you learn about what you're buying, what's selling, how much you can sell it for, the pickier you can get and the better stuff you can get. So we got 135 pounds of stuff. The Vermont Flannel Company, this is a bolo in case you don't know. This is a women's button-up large flannel shirt. Vermont Flannel Company is a bolo brand, sold for $34.29. We find those every now and then here, and I am very happy when we do find them because they sell, and sometimes for $34.29, which is awesome. Over the summer, I sourced a lot from wholesalers and Whatnot. I did a lot of sourcing of t-shirts from Whatnot, which I wish you could see right now. There's like 12 boxes in my room to go through, and then there's like probably 7 big boxes out there to go through. Crazy. There is stuff everywhere. So I'm opening a brick and mortar store, in case you didn't know. That old dog, I'm telling you. I'm opening a brick and mortar store. So the thing with the brick and mortar store is, no, that is Furley, in case you don't know. He's the old, like 16-year-old dog that we have, he's our baby. In case you don't know, we're opening a brick and mortar store, and we have a lot of stuff that we've been buying for the brick and mortar store, but there's a delay. There's a delay because we have to do a change of occupancy, so there's a delay. So now we're kind of going crazy because I have all this stuff that I've bought for the brick and mortar, right? And it's just like our storage is full, our warehouses are full, everything's crazy. So there's stuff everywhere, literally boxes of stuff everywhere, because you think, oh, why don't you just take it to your new store and put it in there? You can store it in there. No, because without doing the change, having the change of occupancy approved, they're like, don't put anything in there, because if you do, it's a $500 fine every day. Don't want that. This is a Segments shirt. This is new with tag, just a plain Segments shirt is the brand. $25 it sold for. So in order to not go crazy, right, because we have this wait and it could be up to like 2 more weeks. God. Drea has been driving for Lyft, because not only she doesn't have anything to do, because you can't push a rope. Like I have always said, you can't push a rope. So rather than, just waiting and waiting and waiting for to get the um, approval for our brick and mortar store. Since we can't move anything in, she's been driving for Lyft and has been loving that. And that is something I wanted to talk to you about. Like in the slow times of your business, there's always side hustles you can do. Right? If there's slow times and eBay is down, like our $29.99 one item sales day, keep doing eBay. But if you need some money to pay your bills, go do Lyft, go do DoorDash. There's lots of other stuff you can do. Speaking of which, you're out of here?
Yep, I love you. I'll be back for dinner.
Love you too. See you later. So what she's done now is she's made dinner, put dinner in the crock pot, and now she's off to drive for Lyft. All the money that she spent on food today was from Lyft, which bonus. I mean, her store is closed, right? Her store was open before. My store is new, so we're kind of combining them both, and it's going to be two stores kind of in one. But her store has been closed for like a month. So what happens in a month if you don't have any income coming in? Well, she has been decided to drive for Lyft. I told her it would be a great idea. So this is Sigrid Olsen's sport sweater cardigan. It is a petite, and I know you have heard me say before that size matters. And what that means is there are so few people who are extra small, extra small. There's petite people, but I mean, you have to really be careful what you're buying, because if you buy something that's an extra small or an extra small, you might be holding on to it for a very long time, because there may not be someone who is that size who likes that item. So I don't like to get extra small, or small on anything. I will do small if it's a really good brand, but I don't like to. White-ish is what we're going to call this. This sold for $10, and I was happy to get rid of it for that, because it is petite small. So it's going to take, I lost my pen. Do I have another pen? Ugh. There we go. So it's going to take a while to find somebody to buy that. So I was just happy to kind of get out of it with what I put into it. I'm going to give you a rundown on some other stuff that we sold and how much it sold for, because I'm probably going to cut this video short. I don't want to go on and on and on. SpongeBob sweatshirt. I got a SpongeBob hoodie that is tie-dyed. That's actually really cool. It's Nickelodeon brand. It has tie-dye with the characters. It's black, but it has tie-dye with the characters, and then it has characters running down the sleeve. That sold for $32. Cuddle Duds, like a hoodie style shirt, kind of a long hoodie style shirt, but it is, again, size small, sold for $15. Sold a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren jeans for $15. Those aren't going too well either. There's a lot of them out there. Cinch shirt, cinch plaid, kind of like a rodeo shirt, sold for $20. Land's End shirt sold for $12.64 with the extra shipping, so I did make money on that. Laguna shirt, I've done really well with these terry shirts. It's kind of a polo shirt, and it's terry cloth material. Man, I remember wearing those back in the day. Whew! Woo, we wore those terry cloth shirts back in the day. Huge. Anyway, this is new with tag. I picked it up from Marshall's. Actually, did a little retail arbitrage for $8. Sold it for 30. Chapel Hill, North Carolina. It says it's obviously North Carolina Tar Heels shirt. It says Chapel Skill. Nike shirt. We had it for a while. Didn't have much interest, so I sold it for $8. Still made money. Artsburger Tracked and Mowed shirt, 3 extra L. This is an Oktoberfest shirt. 100% bomb woolly. So I don't know what that is, but basically this is a shirt made for Oktoberfest. And it sold for $32.93. We had it not that long, but quite a while. Ralph Lauren Polo Jeans Company hoodie. Sold for $31.94, which is a great price for Ralph Lauren hoodie. Under Armour pants, gray chinos sold for $24.49. Quackery Factory. We've had this for quite a while. It's a women's blouse, has some sequins on it. Sold for $15 plus the higher shipping. New Orleans Saints jersey, Alvin Kamara, sold for $20. We do really well with jerseys, but we had this one a long time. Like this is one of the within probably the first 3 months of when we started this store. So that sold for $20. So we had some good sales. Thursday was deadly. I'd like to hear in the comments if you have had problems like that recently where the sales just drop through the floor, because with 7,400 items on, I mean, not all of them are great, but we should definitely have more sales than that. That's kind of a record low day for us. I mean, we sell more on Christmas and Christmas Eve than that. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Leave your comments below and tell me what's up with you. How are you doing? How's reselling going for you? Are you ready for fourth quarter? Are we ready to hopefully make some money? And also, I'm curious if anybody else has kind of mixed in some retail arbitrage into their store. I've started to do it, and the results have been pretty good so far. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. Remember to buy low, sell high. The dogs say adios. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure you subscribe so you will get notified of it. Bye, guys.